Hey guys, it's Daryl, Louisiana Simple Living. So we've been in a heat wave over the last week or so, and it's going to go into the weekend and all through the next week, and where you got temperatures in the upper 90s going into like 105, 110, and it feels like heat index. So it's kind of crazy thinking about, well, I want to be out here in my garden. Well, I do, because there's some seeds we want to go ahead and sow. Perfect for this summer heat. Let's get started. All right, so first off, we're going to go with a couple of melons. We got an Old Town Tennessee and a Minnesota midget melon. Let's go ahead and get these seeded. All right, we'll go with the Minnesota midget back here. I'm just going to plant a couple of seeds in right here, and then we'll let the best one grow. I'll go 3 seeds. Let's see. All right, for both of these, they will sprout in like 7 to 14 days. You want to plant the Minnesota midget about a ½ inch deep, 18 inches apart, and then the Old Time Tennessee, which I'll plant up here, is all the same, but about 3 foot apart. But again, I'm just going to go with one little spot here, one spot here, let it grow on here. Let's go ahead and sow the Old Time Tennessee. Again, Minnesota midget and Old Time Tennessee. And just as a reminder, I got the Tigger, Tigger melon over here. You can kind of see it starting to finally come out. All right, so back here I'm gonna go with the eggplant, a Florida Market eggplant. All right, for an eggplant, you can see the seed. This is Florida Market. You're gonna see about 10 to 15 days before that thing sprouts. You want pretty small seeds. You want to go about a 1/4 inch down, 2 to 3 feet apart. And I'm just going to plant one right here. I'm overseeding. I can always come back and thin them if they all germinate. We'll come back in and water it in. All right, in this spot I'm going to go with a Syrian stuffing eggplant. Quarter inch deep. We'll come back in and water them in. All right, I'm gonna go right next to these 2 melons. I'm gonna go with the Louisiana long green eggplant up front. Well, we'll water that in, see if it grows well. All right, I'm gonna go with some good old red burgundy. Do some seeds from Seeds Now. Okra, right here. I don't think I've ever grown okra over on this side of the bed, so just gonna grow. Let's see, I'm gonna grow. I'll do 2 right here. You want about ½ inch deep. (18 to 24 inches apart. All right, little okra, red burgundy, about ½ inch deep. So I got 2 right here. All right, as far as okra, this is some Alabama red. Okra growing good. All right, so I'm gonna plant just a few of these. See, I thought I had 4. All right, so Sharon's deep black peanuts. So I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna have to get my hands available. This is basically where they're gonna go. That one went in good. You want it down an inch or two, so. All right, that's gonna be our Schroen's Deep Black Peanuts. Peanuts, these are peanuts right here. Peanut plants, all these. All right, so I got the melons planted out here. I'm gonna plant just a couple of these Michael's Cowpeas. If you live in the South like we do and you got this 90-degree plus temperature, again, you want to look for plants that'll grow good. These are made for the South. These are made to go to grow in this heat, so they will thrive. All right. Just gonna plant a couple in. You want to go about a ½ inch deep. Not very big beans, so, or cowpeas, shall we say. Alright, this will do great. And you know what beans always do is they're a nitrogen fixer, so just going to pull in more nitrogen to help out at least somewhat on these melons and the eggplant growing, because they're going to be wanting to use up a lot of the nitrogen, so we can learn to organically work together. As far as beans, these are some Michael's or Miguel's cowpeas, which I just planted. Some of them, as you can tell, are drying out now, so we'll keep them as dry beans or peas. Cowpeas, southern peas. Kind of like black-eyed peas, just a little different. And over here, this is some Alabama black-eyed butter beans. I love it. I love the taste of them. They cook and hold up good. You can see there's a ton of them in there. Hey, if you like this content, do me a favor, subscribe, like that video, and go ahead and share it. Now let's get back to the sowing seeds in the middle of the hot June summer video. All right, next up you got some peppers. So I got some cayenne long thin peppers, then the old brown jalapeno. These are always really good. I'm gonna plant 2 of each right here. You're gonna go about 1/4 inch deep. Now with peppers, remember they'll sprout in about 7 to 10 days, about 18 inches apart. This is 3 foot, so this is almost perfect. Yeah, it's getting at least 8 to 12 hours of full sun, and that's what we need. Let me go with the brown jalapenos now. I do overseed intentionally, because I'd much rather waste seeds than not have anything, have the ones I plant germinate. All right, those are perfect. It's supposed to be the Aji Kakuka. It sure looks like jalapeno. And got some, I think it's a little thin cayenne. Another one there, another one there. I gotta prop this back up. All my other crops back here kind of affected my peppers this year, and I ain't real happy with that. But. All right, so over here I'm gonna do a Cubanelle, a California Wonder. I'm gonna put 2 of them, California Wonders, right here. Quarter inch deep, overseed. Over here is going to be the California Wonder, 2 of them. Quarter inch at the most. Pretty small seeds, they'll come up. That gives us 2 of them here and here. All right, the final one I'm gonna put in over here is a chocolate bell pepper. Kind of like a regular old green bell pepper. Alright, they're ready to go. Water them. Now you can go ahead and do more pumpkins, but I got Dickinson's pumpkin there. Got another one right there. Got another one right there, and then another one right there. It's a good looking butternut coming in. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and go in with a zucchini or rapicante. This is the one that curls around. You saw a bunch of them. Just showed you a couple that are on there. I've already harvested a few, so looks like we got some room down here, so I'm going to go with it. Alright, zucchini rapicante. Speaking of zucchini or rapicante, there's one more, another one over there. So they're coming in, still harvestable. Yeah, going with a Desi squash. That's gets ready in 40 days, small. That's all I need. Another one of these green bush zucchini squash. All right, we'll go with the green bush zucchini. Did very well before. I predict it'll do well this time too. I'm hoping it's after the squash vine borers, but if not, this thing it still actually did pretty well. Half inch down to an inch. I go about half. And then Desi squash, same thing, same practice. All right, we'll cover them up. There's our Desi and green bush zucchini. Let's go put in a spaghetti squash. We'll see how that does. Spaghetti squash. I got a couple more lemons coming in as well. There was a couple I got from over there a couple of days ago. Marquette province, and it's part of the Mushada, so that ought to hold it pretty well. Let's plant it. Then I got a Boston marrow squash. Never grown it before. We're just gonna see what happens. Okay, we're gonna plant a Marquette de Province, the Mushada. I'll plant it right back here. We'll take the best of the three. All right, so I'm gonna go with this Boston marrow squash. I've never grown it before. I may have tried it before, never had any luck, but I'm gonna go ahead and just try to give it a little luck. This is not a muchata type, so the squash vine borer can still get to it, no problem. It'll be fun to grow. Maybe they'll miss it. Let's see how these go in here. Big seeds. Plant three, we'll just cover it up and take the best one, huh? All right, gonna go with some Amish paste right here. Pretty small seeds. You want to go about 1/4 inch. At the most, 1/8 to 1/4 really. I'm gonna go with a couple Amish paste, one right here, one back here. You don't want it to be too thick or have too big of pieces covering it up either. When you're looking at an 1/8 inch, or down to 1/8 to 1/4, it's gonna go ahead and sprout in 7 to 14 days, I think. So we got both of those planted. All right, I'm gonna go with some watermelon here. It's Black Diamond. I hadn't tried that one. And then Wilson Sweet. I've had this one before. It's really good. So I'm gonna put one in each, or a couple seeds, you know, under each space here. It's about 18 inches apart. So we'll see how that works. They'll run like that other one does. Okay, that's the Black Diamond seeds. Get them in about an inch, I think, is where you need it to be. You could go maybe half inch, but I'm going to go just about a whole inch by the time I cover them all up. All right, so we got that. Then we're going to go back here with the Wilson Sweet. We're going to go back here with the Wilson Sweet. All right, we can't forget to go ahead and water everything in. Get those seeds wet, water them in. We're going to have to keep doing this daily, especially in this heat. That's where the peanuts are. All right, that's where my couple of melons, some cowpeas, an eggplant, Louisiana long green, and chocolate bell pepper. All right, got a couple of watermelon we planted here. This is squash, peppers, little red thin cayenne, brown jalapeno, another bush green zucchini, and desi squash. Just soak them in. Man, it sure has been fun out here today, and it sure has been hot. In the upper 90s and the heat index up around 110. Nevertheless, I want to get out here and do a video for you because I want to go out and sow some seeds for things that can really do well out here in this heat wave, this summer heat that we have. I know it's convenient and easy to go inside and get some air conditioning, and I have done that a number of times, but it's well worth it to go ahead and sow some more seeds so you have a little bit of succession growing and planting and harvesting, and hoping to hit some of the squash on the back side of when your squash vine borer may be out. So we'll try that as well. And if you like this content, subscribe, like that video, go ahead and share it. This is Louisiana Simple Living, where we help you achieve a bountiful harvest, delicious food, and healthy living. And as always, I will see you on the next video.